Joining me now to help me break all of this down, the president's first 6 months of his second term and what has been accomplished or not, is Republican strategist Barak Luri and Democratic strategist David Katz. Good afternoon to you both.
Great to be with you.
David, I'm going to jump right in there and start with you. The Trump administration is celebrating recent legislative wins, yet polls are showing that Americans have a few concerns on topics like immigration and budget policy. Can Democrats capitalize on this, and if so, how?
Well, I think so. I mean, on one sense, the news every day for Democrats and for working people in America has been bad because it's a constant onslaught. It's like a battering ram from Trump. But I think it's, the chickens are coming home to roost. Unfortunately, over 10 million people are going to be cut off Medicaid under this big, ugly bill, and they're Trump voters, many of them. Also, the immigration thing, while some of the enforcement at the border was well taken, it's something that the Democrats should have heeded a few years ago. But though it's well taken on some levels, it's really gotten out of hand. It's become performative. It's become provocative. It's destroyed the economy here, let's say, in Southern California. It just hasn't done any good. It's also messing with the farms and the fields and with our harvest and things like that everyone in America knows that we need. So I think next year, the Congress, the House, is going to be the Democrats to lose. It looks like it'll be an overwhelming defeat for Trump because he's sliding in the polls. And now that he's fighting with his own MAGA base over Jeffrey Epstein, this is a mess. I might mention he's suing his longtime ally, Rupert Murdoch. That's unbelievable.
Suing the Wall Street Journal, Barak, the Democratic Party, theirs to lose next election?
No, I think the Republicans are actually in quite good position at this point. The economy is doing very well. Immigration's been handled very well, which was the biggest promise that Trump had made in the beginning when he was campaigning. The way he's handled the Middle East, the way he's pushed back on NATO, the way he's pushed back with the tariffs. The economy is actually doing quite well. I think the comments made about California, the economy somehow suffering, is more of a projections, more sort of suppositions, but it just doesn't face with reality. People are actually seeing a lot more that taxes are going to be much more beneficial because of the big, beautiful bill. A lot of great things are happening as a result of that. And what's going to happen also is that in May, when Powell eventually has to leave office as the Treasury Secretary, he's going to be replaced by somebody who's actually going to reduce interest rates. And that's going to, of course, pump up the economy dramatically.
Barak, is that a good deal, though? Is that a good thing, though, Barak? You know, there are many who suggest that you don't necessarily want someone in that position who will do the bidding of the president.
Oh, I don't think he has to do the bidding of the president. I think he has to do the bidding of the American people. People want the interest rates to go lower. There is no reason to keep the interest rates this high. We know that Powell is a partisan because he actually reduced interest rates just a couple of months before the election in order to help Biden out at the time, and then Harris, of course. So, no, we need to lower interest rates right now. There is no reason to. Inflation has been put in check. And as a consequence, we really need to move forward with this. There'll be great things that will happen, and that will really put Trump in a great position in the 2026 midterm elections.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.